Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on having not one but two new projects out at the same time that are getting great reviews from people who are watching and reading them. Let's talk first about the book, Little Weirds. It's interesting because you say you didn't want to write a book about, your time in comedy. You didn't want to write about SNL. You just wanted to write about your weird little world. And I was like, what does that mean? But when you read it, you're like, you have a very strange mind. It is a beautiful mind, but it is a strange mind. And I mean, like, you write about, like, the idea of being born as a croissant, for instance.
Sure, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I almost jumped on the fact that you said A Beautiful Mind, which is, of course, a movie about from the 90s about a mentally ill man.
Oh, no. I just mean...
Just clarifying super quick.
Oh, no. Just a beautiful mind.
Well, no.
A mind that is beautiful. I should... Yes, trademark, no trademark.
I mean,
undo
great
that.
Russell Crowe performance.
Right.
He's in... and actually, not to get us off topic right away, but when I was writing this book, I was like, I'm just gonna write like whatever I'm thinking about because that is what is interesting to me right now. But as I started to assemble it, I actually said, is this gonna be like in the movie A Beautiful Mind?
Wow.
When he's like, I solved the problem, come to my office. And then the people all come and he's like in a shack in the woods and he's like, tacked up trash to the wall.
Right.
And he's like, do you see it?
Because it is a collection of very strange stories that I don't think anybody has written, like ghost pirates. I don't think anybody's written about ghost pirates before. It's like a thing where you were just like, yeah, I'm just gonna write about ghost pirates and then Valentine's Day and my life and this thing and that thing and then like is that how your mind works? Is that just what's always going on?
You know what, I do think it's like pretty various inside and that is like the scope of my imagination. But part of writing this book was like, sometimes especially if you're a comedian, they're like, we want you to write comedic essays about maybe the famous people you've met or something, or where you've been. And for me, I wrote this at a time when I kind of felt like I needed to get to know myself again. And so I started to write little pieces just about like what I was observing in myself. And the piece you're talking about, the croissant, it comes from this weird feeling that I've been having like for over a decade that was just a wish that I would be walking down the street and people would see me and be like, she's probably from France.
I don't know what that means.
No,
I love it.
It means like, she's classy. She's just over it.
I think that is the best description for a French person I've ever heard.
Yeah.
They do generally seem like they are over it. They've done it all and they are over it all.
Yeah, like, my feeling about French ladies is like, oh, they just don't care. Like, you have to win their attention. Whereas, like, me as an American Jenny, I'm like, do you want to talk to me? Like, let's never go to bed. Like, even when this interview is over, I'm going to follow you around and be like,
Oh, wow, thank you.
Like, what more?
Let's talk about the stand-up as well, because your mind translates completely differently in the stand-up, and that's what I think I really enjoyed. Is like, the book is fun and it's quirky, and like you play with it and it really is heartfelt. The stand-up has that feeling, but in a totally different way. You've done something that I haven't seen before. You've got your stand-up, but then you have like a documentary that's happening parallel to the stand-up. So you're telling stories, and then we see the real-life like backstory to these stories. One of the most adorable things in the special is when we see your grandmothers, and like your grands are just like adorable, and then you imitate your grand, which is like makes you adorable because you're doing the grand, and then it's just like it's a magical thing. Why did you choose to do it like that?
I think you know what? It's sort of an extension of being like, Mom, will you come with me? Like if you're afraid of doing something, you're like, I don't want to walk. If like you're a kid in a restaurant, you have to go to the bathroom, and you're like, will someone come with me? I think it was like this time I felt like, okay, I've been doing stand-up for almost 15 years, and I've never done a special because I don't like the challenge of having to get it perfect. And like touring the country and just making your material like, sort of like bulletproof. And I'm very improvisational on stage, and I thought like there's kind of no place for me. And then I thought, well, there's a place for me to show where I come from, and that's what my special should be like. So I decided to do the set in the way that I normally do it, which is like there are bullet points, but it's improvised, and then to show that I come from these people who are storytellers and like strange silly sweethearts in their own way, and that I'm kind of from that, but somehow shot out the side.
Has anyone said to you after watching the special, hey, we should get your grandmother into stand-up as well? Because she's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, they're both really funny. I was just saying to my parents yesterday that one of the funniest jokes, my Nana Connie, who looks like Nancy Reagan with Eagle talent, one of the funniest things she said was that she turned to my other grandmother, and they're both like 1,000,000 years old, and was like, "Oh no, Rochelle, we forgot our rollerblades."
It's quirky, it's different, it's interesting. It's a new way of expressing yourself. And one thing I find fascinating is you've been really open talking about, like, you know, your anxiety and how you were struggling at some point with, like, your place in the world and just, like, you know, harnessing your mind and your emotions.
Yeah.
Has this helped you writing it out, you know, doing the special out there? Has it given you a sense of relief?
It really has, because I think there's this sense that if you're going to put yourself into the public eye, you have to be really tough. Or like when people hear that I'm a stand-up comedian, they're like, oh, that must be so hard because of heckling. And like, I mean, I hate to jinx myself, but I actually haven't been heckled because I'm usually just a person up there talking, but I've kept it really small scale. And I think for me, writing this book, you know, first I just wanted to like be really like muscular about it. And suddenly I was like, I just want to write a book that is sweet, that anybody could kind of like open to any page and feel that they are talking to a dear friend.
Right.
And that means like a reflection of intimacy and being allowed to share sorrow without making it be heavy. And so I put this book here kind of like into the culture to be like, there's a lot that hurts right now. Whatever side of whatever line you're on, like there's just a lot of bruising, and I would like to just offer a little gift for relief for myself and whoever wants it.
Oh, I think you've done that with the book, and the special is just as fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Really wonderful. Stage Fright is currently streaming on Netflix, and Little Weirds is available now. Jenny Slate, everybody.